Canto 5. Thus from the first of circles I went down, into the second, which surrounds less space, and all the greater pain, which goads to wailing. There Minos stands in horrid guise and snarls. Inside the entrance he examines sins, judges, and as he grids himself, commits. Mean that when an ill-born soul appears before him, it confesses itself holy, and thereupon a connoisseur of sins perceives what place in hell belongs to it, girds him with his tail as many times as are the grades he wishes it went sent down. Before him there are always many standing. There go to the judgment, each one in his turn. They speak and hear, and then are downward hurled.
O thou that comest to the inner wall,
said Minos, giving up on seeing me, the execution of so great a charge.
See how they enter, and in whom put thy trust. Let not the gate's way with it deceive thee.
To him, my leader.
Why dost thou to cry? Do not impede his journey fate ordained. It is so willed there where is power to do that which is willed, and ask no further question.
And now the woeful sounds of actual pain begin to break upon mine ears. I now am come to where much wailing smiteth me. I reach to regions silent of all light, which bellows as the sea doth in a storm, if lashed and beaten by opposing winds. The internal hurricane, which never stops, carries the spirits onward with its sweep, and as it whirls and smites them, gives them pain. Whenever they come before the shattered rock, there lamentations, moans, and shrieks are heard. There, cursing, they blaspheme the power divine. I understood that to this kind of pain are doomed those carnal sinners who subject their reason to their sensual appetite. And as their wings bear starlings on their way, when days are cold and full and widespread flocks, so doth that blessed evil spirits bear this way and that, and up and down it leads them. Nor only doth no hope of rest, but none of lesser suffering ever comfort them. And even as cranes move on and sing their lays, forming the while a long line in the air, thus saw I coming, uttering cries of pain, shades borne along upon the aforesaid storm. I therefore said, Who, teacher, of the people, the gloomy air so cruelly chastises?
The first of those whom thou wouldest have news.
The latter thereupon said unto me,
Was impressed over lens of many tongues. To sexual vice so holy was she given, that lust she rendered lawful in her laws, thus to remove the blame she had incurred. Semiramis she is, of whom one reads that she gave suck to Minos, and became his wife. She held the land, sold and rules. The next is she who killed herself through love, and to Achilles ashes broke her faith. The lustful Cleopatra follows her. See Helen, for those sake so long a time of guilt rolled by, and great Achilles see, who fought with love when at the end of life Paris and Tristan see.
And then he showed me and pointed out my name, 1,000 shades and more whom love had from our life cut off. When I had heard my leader speak the names of ladies and their knights of olden times, pity overcame me, and I almost swooned. Poet, I then began, I'd gladly talk with those two yonder who together go, and seem to be so light upon the wind.
Thou see thy chance when near us they are, said he. Beseech them, then, by that same love which leadeth them along, and they will come.
Soon as the wind toward us had bent their course, I cried, O toil-worn souls, come speak with us. So be it that one else forbid it not. As doves, when called by their desire, come flying with raised and steady pinions through the air, to their sweet nest borne on by their own will, so from the band where Dido is thy issued, advancing through the noisome air towards us, so strong with love, the tone of my appeal.
O thou benign and gracious living creature, that goest through the gloomy purple air to visit us, who stain the world blood red, if friendly were the universal king, for those that peace would pray to him, since pity thou showest for this wretched woe of ours. Of whatsoever it may please you hear and speak, we will both hear and speak with you. While yet, as now it is, the wind is hushed. The town where I was born sits on the shore, whither the Po descends to be at peace, together with streams that follow him. Love, which soon seizes on a well-born heart, seized him for their fair body's sake. Ever who I was deprived, still the way offends me. Love, which absolves from loving none that is loved, seized me so strongly for his love of me, that, as thou seest, it doth not leave me yet. Love to a death in common led us on. Cain's ice awaiteth him who quenched our life.
These words were wafted down to us from them. When I heard those sorely troubled souls, I bowed my head, and long I held it low, until the poet said,
What thinkest thou?
When I made answer, I began, Alas, how many tender thoughts and what desire induced these souls to take the woeful step? I then turned back to them and again spoke, and I began, Thine agonies, Francesca, cause me to weep with grief and sympathy. But tell me, at the time of tender sighs, whereby how did love concede to you, that ye should know each other's vile desires? And she said to me,
There's no greater pain than to remember happy days and days of misery. And this thy leader knows. But if to know the first root of our love, so yearning a desire possesses, I'll do as one who weepeth while he speaks. One day, for pastime merely, we were reading of Lancelot, and how love overpowered him. Alone we were, and free from all misgiving. Oft did that reading cause our eyes to meet, and often take the color from our faces. And yet one passage only overcame us. When we had read of how the long smile was kissed by such a lover, this one here who nevermore shall be divided from me, trembling all over, kissed me on my mouth. Galliard the book, and he wrote it. No further in it me read that day.
While one was saying this, the other spirits so sorely wept that out of sympathy I swooned away as though about to die, and fell as falls a body that is dead.